All right, it is Sunday morning, so we're heading over to the Santiago Creek Trail, and it is very foggy, which is why I chose this path, because I figured, what is the creepiest route I could take in this weather? And the creek trail seemed like it would be the creepiest, so that's what we're doing. Usually if I work an extra day in the week, so the last, I don't know how many weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I've been working on Saturday, but I just needed a break, so I took Saturday off and indulged in a lot of videos about UAPs and not really the drones. I am kind of tripping out on the drones to see if there's any kind of an outcome, of course, but it just got me starting to think in that direction again. So I watched on YouTube, I watched the interview of Bob Lazar from 5 years ago, and then I just watched last night the one with Lua Elizondo. So I'm only using the headlight on my bike because if you watched my channel before, when I turn on my headlamp, I can't see very good because that high beam shooting over my eyes makes it impossible for me to see. We can't go too fast because things can appear out of the fog faster than we can react. We gotta keep a steady pace. We're going about 18 miles an hour right now, according to Wind Horse. More than likely it's a little bit less. So I really like the way Hart Park looks in the fog, and I know I have a couple of videos like this from last week or the week before, but we're gonna do it again. I like them a lot, so we're gonna just go at least on the creek trail and through Hart Park, and then we'll decide from there. Whoa, rabbit. I see so many little bunnies all the time, but for some reason that one, when it popped out, it scared me. So it's pretty cold. It's 49, it said 49 degrees about 30 minutes ago, so the temperature will drop a little bit. So I would say we're probably at, it's very cold. I would say it's probably 46. You see so much in your periphery when you're doing rides like this. Yeah, I see small, oh my God, this is so bad. So I don't know how it comes across on camera. I do have the low light enhancement on, so I don't really know how that works. Like, technically. But I think this footage should be pretty accurate to what I'm seeing. But I catch things off to the side that kind of, I have to definitely watch the path very closely, because there's definitely people walking along this path right now that aren't going to use that. They're not going to be using flashlights. They're not going to be using reflective clothing. They live down here and they don't expect anybody to be on the trail, and they just kind of staggering along the trail or coming up from the creek bed or whatever. It's a little it's when you can see something from far away that you think might be threatening, you have time to kind of prepare for it and judge, and pick up little clues and cues of the potential danger or not danger. But like this, you don't know. You're going slow enough that if somebody approaches you from the side, it's very possible to that you could be caught off guard. So it's not something like it's not an extreme fear, but it's just, you always have to keep that in the back of your mind. You can say, well, there's nobody down here that's going to hurt you, but people that live down here may or may not be desperate. They may or may not be in a certain mental state. They could be out here, they've been up all night, or they've been up for days, and the fog can come in and creep into their brain and cause them to do things they wouldn't normally do from a state of paranoia. I would say it's a little scary. I see stuff like off to my sides, but I can't look because I have to pay so much attention ahead of me. Can't really see what's going on the side. So yeah, this is pretty intense, really. So that cart that I just passed has been there for quite a while. Probably for at least weeks, but more like months now. And that same cart and that same person, I know who she is and I know who the dude is. And they used to live under the bridge. Where that goes under the 55 freeway, that first really big one that I go under. So I go under Chapman, and then I go under the freeway. Now they're under that one, which is what street is that? Is that Cambridge? I think that's Cambridge. It's pretty wet. Wish my brakes weren't so loud. I want to be silent. Let's cut across the grass. So you can hear this. Makes me really visible, but that's okay. Got the spotlight is on me now. But I think this looks really cool, so we're gonna do it. People sleeping right here. We don't want to disturb them. So you can hear the trees dripping moisture onto dry leaves. Pretty crazy. So hopefully it's this foggy in downtown. So I know I've done the Main Street quite a bit lately, but I'm excited to ride into the downtown Santa Ana with all the lights. I love the way the lights look in the fog. Try not to brake. I don't want to make too much noise. It's not too foggy over here. Unfortunately, this bridge makes a lot of noise. But, people down here, they don't know who I am. So it's So here we have somebody on the trail. Scared the hell out of that guy. So I don't think I can make it all the way through the park, Santiago Park. They're probably still doing construction. So they were making a road. Another person hanging out here. What are they doing? I don't know if we can, I don't think we can make it through here. We're gonna have to take the bike upstairs if we go this way. So we're gonna go up onto the street right here, so I don't get trapped. Let's see. So I'm not 100%. that I can make it through here yet. So we're going on the wrong side of the street in the fog. But I can see if a car is coming. So let's see if they open this up yet. Hard to tell. Yeah, it's a detour is still there, so our parking structure is closed. We can't cut through there. It's all right. All right, so we made it through the Santiago Creek without being assaulted. It's pretty quiet, I guess, as you would expect it to be. Let's check out this fountain. So water's beating up on my eyelashes and on my helmet. On my lap is getting wet from the water. I do love fountains. I love all fountains. I like it. So I wonder if they have a projected day of completion on this project here. Spring. Santiago Park Main Street entrance development, spring of 2025. So, you know, we have a few more months to see what they've done. So I have my headlamp on. It does mess with my ability to see a little bit right now, but not too bad. I think it's more important for me to have it on so people can see me. Guess we could cut over to Broadway. Broadway might be nice. Let's go to Broadway, just so that it's a little bit different. This guy's walking his wolf in the fog. Wow, this is nice. This is nice. Maybe we'll just stay on here. This is nice. Hopefully my camera's not pointed down too much. Now it's pushed back. It's pushed back too far. So usually I'll cut through the alleys over here. Let's go this way. We'll jump over to Sycamore. So a sycamore tree. What? I don't even remember what a sycamore tree looks like, but it reminds me of that song I used to sing at school about Zacchaeus, a man from Jericho. This looks pretty boring. Let's go back to Main Street. Well, let's see what these guys are doing first. Got some tamales. There was a man from Jericho called Zacchaeus. So something about Jesus walking through a town and Zacchaeus couldn't see him. So he climbed a sycamore tree so he could see Jesus, and Jesus saw him up in the tree and told him to come down. Told him, come down and get at me. Get at me, Zacchaeus, let's talk. Alright, so we're about halfway. Oh, that was a big bump. I'm glad I was going slow. So I kind of have my neck hurts a little bit when I rotate when I go to my left, I can go kind of far, but when I try to go over my right shoulder, it hurts pretty bad. I just slept on it wrong, probably the night before last. The night before last, I probably fell asleep at midnight, and I slept until 8:30 in the morning. So I had a bunch of days in a row where I only slept 5.5 hours for a few days in a row, starting with Christmas Eve. And I usually get woken up early because when I have a day off. I really only have one day off lately. But I was able to it was overcast, so I was able to sleep in. I really love this church here. There's people sleeping in this staircase right here. So, it'd be difficult. I guess if they put enough blankets over their shelter, it's not so bright, so. If anybody's sleeping on this side. See anybody in the windows? Any ghosts? Anybody peeking through the blinds? Are you there? Do you see me? All right, I can't get sidetracked. So today I will be working more than likely 6 hours. So my kids really struggle with me working on the weekends. And so I struggle as well. It's a weird feeling. So the sooner I get there and just, the sooner I get home, the better. It would be awesome to be able to have access to all these buildings. I would love to be able to go and, there's probably some awesome things you could find, like down in the basements, walking through old hallways and old doors. The way they used to make these big buildings, it's just something that I've always liked. People put so much pride into their work. So even something as just practical construction could come across as being something, so beautiful and yeah. Wow, the bread stores popping. Yeah, it is repetitive, but I have to indulge in the opportunity to have a more relaxing experience on this street, on a Sunday morning. I mean, we're still gonna get passed by traffic, but it's just, I think when I first started making this ride, I was on a schedule at work where I was having to arrive at 5:30. So in order for me to do that, I had some mornings where I was waking up at 4 in the morning, and then I would be out on the streets, you know, before the morning traffic on the weekdays. So there was a lot more rides like this where I could just be out in the middle of the street and not have to worry about getting buzzed by so much traffic. But I have a car behind me right now and they're not getting out of my lane, so I'm gonna jump onto the sidewalk because yeah, it's just different, you know, being out here. It's a different perspective. You know, you can be on the sidewalk, and I can go 40 feet, maybe 25 feet, 30 feet into the lane, and it's a completely different perspective. Or I could go on the other side of the street. There's just so many different angles and vantage points. I really wish I could explore other cities. What do we have here? Somebody, let's see what they did over here. There's an interesting name for a graffiti artist, Huck. It's like Huck, you know, like Huck Finn. Good old Huck Finn's representing. I don't know. I'm probably alone. Maybe I'm not alone, but you know, the things that I find yeah, I don't know the word for it, joy. But for me, just like looking at the facade of an old building, looking at the front of an old building, to me, with, you know, and these old doors and old windows, and I just I really love it, you know. There's like this. Oh shit. Street takeover. So like this, let me see. So like this Zapateria Aranda. So that's a place that works on shoes, you know. So that's pretty nice. I like this. I like the way this was designed. I like the way that looks. And especially got some cars coming. Like these old ones like this. Let me get this view. So this is the kind of stuff, this is the reason why I'm so attracted to Main Street, because so something as simple as this, look at this one's, nobody's occupied, it's not occupied. We gotta jump over to the other side real quick. But I wanna point out something. So those windows, so if I get the green light, I'll ride across right now. But those windows right there, those little blocks that you can't see through, and just like this empty building right here with the staircase going up to the second floor, I find that intriguing, or the metal framework that once held a sign. And this glass right here, I love it. So just those simple things, like this doorway. That's just a metal doorway, but I don't know why. I don't know why. I just love the way it looks. So I've ridden on this street hundreds, literally hundreds and hundreds of times. I've been up and down this street, and you know, it's just amazing. I was gonna go through that through that little hallway right there, but there's a bunch of people hanging out. That car is definitely fishy right there. So what other buildings can we look at? Look at this one. We make sure nobody's in any of these little. I'm gonna check my environment really quick. So look at this. There's more of that. There's more of that. I've seen that truck several times. Like, look at this building. Like, look at. Yeah, this building right here was drafted up. How many years ago? Probably with pencil on somebody's desk. Yeah, under a lamp. You know, in an office building somewhere, but somebody drew all this up and designed it, and put a lot of time into it, and then it was built. So I guess, you know, when you look at it that way, it makes sense how why I would be attracted to it, because it was somebody's design, you know, it was somebody's artwork, you know. Somebody took a lot of pride in designing it. I like this row right here. Look at these. Those doors look really old. This one right here looks very old. It's got the mail slot in it. I mean, that's a... This bar. I wish I could go in that bar and have a drink. Oh, look at, there's bikes right here. Look at this. Bimex Bike Shop. Dude. I know I've been by here before, but I never really registered in my brain that this is a bike store. I need a sponsor, guys. I need a sponsor. I need to go by there and tell them, hey, I'm representing Orange and Santa Ana. If you want to sponsor my channel, I'll advertise your bike shop. And then the old motels, oh man, I really love old motels. All right, well, that's the fun is over. It's been 42 minutes. I'm thankful that the sun is blocking out the, that the fog's blocking out the sun. So hopefully my lens wasn't all wet when we were looking at those buildings. Still a lot of moisture in the air. I'm soaked.